Hi there, folks. This is Kellen Riley with another Age of Empires 2 scripting slash AI slash watch the computer fail video. Let's go. Been working on a new AI, and this AI is better than all my previous ones, I think. So, I'll talk about things that this AI does purposefully as we go along, and I'll also note the unexpected events that take place. So we got a pretty normal start here. While I was developing this AI, I've got a funny story. I introduced a bug where I was continuously sending the attack now command pretty much every script pass, and that froze my scout. And so my scout just was frozen in place even when I tried to take direct control, click on him, and tell him to move. He stayed stuck in the same spot. Pretty funny. But that's the AI scripting life for you. Sometimes you try to develop something and you just don't quite hit the nail on the head. So pretty normal stuff happening. The first 30 minutes of this video are going to be dead boring because the action doesn't start until we hit the Castle Age. Castle Age opens up new horizons, worlds of opportunity, lots of different routes you can take once you get into the Castle Age. And I'm not saying the Feudal Age isn't interesting. It certainly is, but it's not as interesting as Castle Age. And Dark Age is generally boring. I'll admit that. I love Age of Empires 2. If Age of Empires 2 came out and all it had was Dark Age, hell, I'd probably still be playing it. I'd probably still play it. Obviously, I'm still playing it. But now I'm not just a player. I'm a programmer. So, yeah. Figure that one out. It's the natural progression, I guess. When you're interested in games, you wonder, how the hell do you make these games? How do you modify these games? How do you tweak these games? And so, those questions lead you down the road to learning how to program, learning how to mod, etc. Alright. The computer... I think the computer, in terms of food source priority, I think berries are top priority. I think sheep are the first priority. Berries are the second. Deer and boar are the third. And I forgot about fish. Fish, I've noticed that the AI places pretty high priority on gathering fish, which I'm very happy about because you experienced Age of Empires players out there will know that fish is one of the best sources of food around. So, looks like we're on some type of rivers map. There's some shallows that cut across the river. So, right now my AI is only playing random land maps. I am curious about water play, and eventually we'll see some of that. But for now, we're sticking to the basics. And And the basics are make an army on land, go forth, and destroy. You'll see my AI spend a lot of time in Dark Age, and that's because I'm implementing a strategy called the Fast Castle. And what the Fast Castle is you spend a lot of time in Dark Age so you can minimize the amount of time in Feudal Age you have, and then you can get to Castle fairly quickly. Now, my AI is not going to advance to Castle Age faster than Hera or the Viper, but whatever, it does its best. It does a reasonable job of advancing to the Castle Age in a reasonable amount of time in most situations. There's a lot of, you know, if you end up on some wild map and you run this AI, if you were to do such a thing, which you can't because the code of my AI is not available anywhere publicly. But anyways, if you could do such a thing, it would not perform well on wonky maps. And there's so many different maps in Age of Empires 2, not just the ones that are available at base, in the base game, but maps people have developed using the random map scripting language. So yeah, try and wrap your head around all the different maps. One of my ideas, or one of the future things I want to do is I want to make an AI that tailors its strategy based on what the opponent's civ is, what civ itself is, what strengths and weaknesses it has, what strengths and weaknesses its opponent has, and also I want to base the strategy around the map. So for example, on islands, you probably want a pretty strong navy, right? And maybe on islands, you're the Vikings, and so you have access to the longboat, so you want to produce that longboat. As you can see, the General Taeja Young, hopefully I pronounced that correctly and didn't offend anybody. You know, if I mispronounce a name, I might be racist, right? But anyways, General Taeja Young, he advances to the Feudal Age faster than Turtle Man. But Turtle Man has a plan. It's to stay in Dark Age a little longer and to advance to the Castle Age a little quicker. So the AI is doing the AI is walking a lot and wasting a lot of time, and this is very inefficient, blah blah blah. Anyways, it's gathering food. I'm happy with that. Good job, Turtle Man. So, let's see. The scout has explored quite a bit of the map, but still has not discovered the enemy. That's fine. This is not a Feudal Age rush strat, so finding the enemy soon is not as critical. Eventually, we will find the enemy, and that's all that's required for this strategy to work. Been drinking a lot of coffee tonight, and my brain is feeling a little bit strange. My thoughts are a little weird right now, but that's okay. I can cope. I'm just a guy sitting at a computer watching an AI he made play. That is all I am doing. That's at least what I tell myself. And I will try to remain focused on what is happening on the screen. But you know, I'm bipolar, so my mind wanders to this and that. And who knows, maybe I'll start talking about philosophy, because this game is pretty boring right now. Philosophy is very boring, so that must mean that this is very boring. Anyways, got a lot of gold miners. What could that mean? So, when I transition, when I start transitioning to feudal age, my economy gets readjusted, and I'll show you the code for that. And we can find it right here. If we can research the feudal age and our pop is greater than or equal to 30, our civilian population, 20% of the villagers go to food, 35% go to wood, 30% go to gold, and 15% go to stone. It's a little tricky trying to figure out when you should be transitioning your resource balance. It really depends a lot on the strategy you're going for. And as you can tell, my strategy is gold heavy and wood heavy. And maybe that means something to you. Maybe you can figure something out from that. Maybe not. Anyways, we'll see what happens. Okay, so we managed to discover the enemy. And not too much going on. I see a lot of farms there. I think there is a way. If we go to the AI ref, let's see, where is it? If we go to the AI ref, I think there's a way to count your opponent's buildings count. Let's see. That's cheating, a cheating version. We don't want that. Let's see, players building count. Let's do players building type count. The computer player relies only on what it has seen, no cheating. Okay. So that's good. I'm going to keep this command in my back pocket for the future, because scouting your opponent and counting their buildings might give you an idea about what your opponent's doing. And if your opponent's doing something that counters what you're currently doing, you might want to switch what you're currently doing to something that counters what he's currently doing. Make sense of that one. But anyways. That was just a giggle, and I cannot explain why I am giggling. But here comes up an archery range from Turtle Man. So you can guess what it's gonna do. Probably gonna build archers. So let's see, what is there anything interesting I can note right now? I gotta be energetic, and I gotta you know, raise the roof somehow and make this exciting. Okay, there's a wolf attacking a villager somewhere. There it is. And that wolf just killed my villager because I do not have loom researched. That was pretty funny. Hey guys, you know, I'm being attacked by a wolf. You know, he had helpers. He had potential help, but the potential help did not turn into actual help. He could have survived that if he had been better at social politics. And General Taejuyong has made it to the castle age faster than I have, but I'm not far behind. Right now I'm testing my AI against a moderate moderate original Conquerors CD AI. So this might turn into a match that becomes a battle. We advanced to the castle age at about the same time, although Turtle Man was later than General Taejuyong. So most of the playtesting I've done, my AI actually gets to the castle age faster than the other computer most of the time. And that didn't happen this time, which surprises me, because I would like to feel like my AI has some sort of ultimate advantage, like it advances to castle age faster than the computer every time. Obviously that's not true. It does not do that. This game is evidence of that. Anyways, we'll see how it plays out. I'm a little nervous because, well, the opponent's on equal footing with me, and when you're on equal footing with an opponent, I don't have much confidence. And that is a quirk of my personality. That's okay. Eventually we do research crossbow. Don't have enough food. Might have tweaked the wrong numbers here. Anyways, I think eventually we'll get to crossbow. We are putting up a castle, so our town is going to be pretty secure from attacks. Unless, of course, the enemy brings siege weapons. I don't know what this builder is supposed to be doing. So this is the first interesting thing the opponent has done. They've sent a builder to do something nefarious in my town. And, well, we scared them off. So whatever they were planning on doing, it got interrupted. Good job, Turtle Man. Got a lot of gold. My gold to wood ratio is way out of whack for what I want to do. It's to create archers and eventually upgrade them to crossbowmen. Come on, just one more shot. Just one more. Yeah, we got him. Got him. What is my food ratio supposed to be? 20%. Okay. We have 5 farmers. Yeah, it's really not enough. Did I research crossbow yet? No. Just waiting on that crossbow research. I am building a few castles. The logic for my AI just says if you can build a castle, then build it, I suppose. Let's see, where is that castle? Yeah. So the logic is dead simple. If we can build a castle, we build it. And that is the logic you should use when you play the game as well. Aha! Here it is, the visual glitch. This glitch keeps happening. So if I click right here, I can't select this farm here, but there is a farm here because I click over here. Bam! There it is. And this villager looks awfully strange, just sort of scratching the ground, and, you know, if your villager is gathering dirt off the ground and trying to feed it to your troops, I mean, is that really a good idea? Turtle Man's troops run on dirt. Oh man. So here come the knights. This is, so my strat has been countered. And, So you might be wondering, why the heck are these archers just sort of wandering around everywhere? They're not in a group. They're just sort of, you know, walking around. And that is because I'll take you to the AI ref. Explore. I forget what it's called. There's some like value. Yeah, task. Okay. Task. So this is the strategic number that's controlling the behavior you're witnessing. It says it controls whether or not the computer player's soldiers get tasked to spread out and guard the computer player's general town area. So right now that's set on 1. And you might be wondering why. I mean, you want your soldiers to be in a big group, right? Well, right now, Turtle Man is not thinking about attacking, so he's spreading out his crossbowmen all around his base, so he has vision of everything. And I actually like this behavior, and I have kept it. If we read further, it says, some scripters will temporarily set this SN to 1 for a couple seconds every minute or so to prevent soldiers from clumping around their training buildings after being trained. So I really like that idea. I'm going to hang on to that knowledge. And then try to implement something that, you know, exploits the fact that you want your soldiers to spread out every once in a while, but not all the time like they're doing right now. And the Koreans have upgraded to light cavalry. And I've seen a few knights come out of them as well. So I think my strat is a fail. Right now this AI doesn't do any calculating about what strategy it should use based on what the opponent is doing. Turtle Man has no idea what his opponent is doing, nor does he care. He just carries out the Fast Castle Archer rush plan every time. And of course, we'll want to change that in the future. We'll want to make Turtle Man a bit more logical when it comes to play and counterplay. Somebody's getting attacked by a wolf, and well, a guy with a crossbow, he can dispatch a wolf pretty easily. These light cav are still chasing my scout around, which is a great distraction. Let's see what's going on, right? So my archers have wandered over here. I don't know why they consider this territory part of the town. It's clearly not. This is clearly the opponent's town. Now, light cavalry are, I would say they're a soft counter to archers because they're not the greatest against them. But they are good enough to win in a lot of scenarios and situations. Can we kill one knight? Can we kill one knight? Looks like not. So the cavalry are totally decimating these crossbowmen who have wandered on the wrong side of the river. And looks like there's going to be a big fight on this shallows area. And by big fight, I mean a few guys with crossbows shooting at a few guys riding horses with swords. And the guys with swords on horses, they are winning. And now it looks like the tide of battle has turned, and the crossbowmen emerge victorious. So I'm not gonna lie, my AI waits a long time to attack, and that is because I want the AI to build up a big enough group of dudes so that when it does attack, the attack actually has some impact against the opponent AI. A skilled computer player can do a lot with 5 or 6 archers in the early game, but the AI can't really micromanage those decisions that you have to make in the early game. It really can't micromanage those very well, and so it ends up usually just throwing its units away. So you want a big, it's called a critical mass in real-time strategy. In real-time strategy games, a critical mass of dudes is enough dudes to do something useful. This monk is dead. He said, "Join my religion," to the crossbowman, and the crossbowman shot a crossbow bolt into his forehead. Yeah, still not a lot happening here. I am happy to see that my AI has quite the score lead. And whoa, bet you didn't see that coming. What are these? Those are things I will hope will help. That's what those are. So we've got quite a few castles up, which I'm pretty happy about because it means a land army without siege is going to die pretty quickly to the defense of the castle. Now what the hell is that noise? I heard an explosion, but I didn't see the explosion. So the Korean player has chosen to build some towers, some walls. My AI doesn't build walls. I experimented with that and decided that the problem was it got its walls up too late. The opponent was getting in with some military units before the walls could go up. So I'm really not sure what I can do to improve the speed at which the perimeter wall comes up. But that's okay. We don't need walls. As long as we have soldiers, and as long as we can hold these shallows, we will be safe from a land attack. Let's see, what's this? This is a monastery. My AI completely ignores relics, so I'm not sure if you heard that, but that was a loud fart. And there was another one. My farts often come in pairs. A lot of towers going up, and this is the Koreans, so it makes sense. Part of the problem with walls is that this situation right here, right? The AI builds a set of walls, and then maybe there's a set of trees by the walls. The villagers chopped down the trees, and now there's a gap. And the AI is not smart enough to figure out that it's supposed to complete this section of wall. So it looks like the opponent is not going to win by collecting all the relics because I've got this area locked down, as you can tell by all the crossbowmen wandering aimlessly about. There's another castle. Aha! So the reason I didn't build walls is because I'm Goths. Yeah, that explains it. Anywho. Still not really harvesting enough wood. What's this mining camp doing out here? I really don't know what the heck happened here. Something to do with the minimum drop site distance or something. Man, this is really confusing. Drop site. Probably this value being wrong. 70 is a bit far. Anyways. So these archers are stupidly shooting at towers. And as anybody with common sense knows, shooting arrows at a building results in failure. But Turtle Man is slowly building up a sizable force. Let's check. He decides to attack when he has 60 units, and then he will send additional units every 5 minutes after the initial attack. So right now, what are we sitting at? We're sitting at 52 total military units, so the big attack is not far away. What are we doing on score here? So we have a significant score lead. And look, the archers, they managed to interrupt a guy building a mining camp. That's pretty cool. As far as research goes, my AI actually does, as you can see, all the mining upgrades have been completed. It's even going to Imperial Age. That's pretty cool, ain't it? Pretty much got all the necessary economic upgrades. Here you can see, here's a whole set of rules for researching the economic upgrades. And I delay researching the economic upgrades until Castle Age. Because I want to stockpile some resources that would have been spent on upgrades and do something else, like create some archer ranges, create some archers. So General Taejoyang, General Taejoyang is making war wagons now, which totally eat crossbows for breakfast. And he has also advanced the Imperial Age sooner than I have. Sooner than Turtle Man has. And this is the problem with keeping all my military units spread out like this. Yes, I do have vision of the map, but they're only fighting the opposing force like one at a time, right? So it's not a clumped group that has some real major firepower behind it. And at this point, you know, if I keep sending my dudes in to die one at a time, it just takes longer to get to that critical mass of 60 dudes. Yep. Somebody got a conversion. So, am I gonna research Arbalest? I think I do have logic for that somewhere. Arbalest. Yeah, so hopefully at some point my AI researches Arbalest. I don't think it will because this is... Yeah, I don't know. So do I have 60 units yet? Not quite. We're almost there. Looks like the Koreans are sending knights and skirms out, which is the correct counterplay as far as unit composition goes. But he's not massed up enough units to really do me in. Pretty happy with how the economy is balanced, to be honest. It's making good sense. Now this strategy is a one town center fast castle strategy instead of a booming strategy. Oh, looks like we researched capped ram. Nice. Look at all these rams. They're sitting around doing nothing. We're so close to that critical mass of 60. But we just can't get there because my guys keep dying. It's sort of a pitfall of using numbers like I'm doing to determine when the attack comes. It's like, well, if the number of units, military units I has never gets to 60, the attack never happens, right? So right now we're at 56. 56 military units. We're getting close. We should see an attack from my AI an hour into the match. Just watching the shit fly. I'm a fly on the wall watching the shit fly. It doesn't look like the attack is coming. These rams are sitting around. Come on, we need to get to 60 military units. I'm not sure it's ever gonna happen. Like, honestly, this could go on forever, right? My guys keep getting pulled in. They keep getting totally wasted. And, wasted in both senses of the word. Both drunk and killed. This is turning into a major slugfest. My only hope is that I build enough rams, right? My archers keep dying, but the rams are producing back here, so my only hope is that I eventually reach enough rams that I actually send an attack out. Whew. Man, this is just, I might have to chalk this one up as a total fail. My archer count is dwindling. Dwindling quite heavily. And it looks like the opponent is gonna take the river here. Luckily I have castles on this side. Oh man, he upgraded to two-hand. He's gonna get some champions in there. This match has gone on for far too long. really should just quit this game and, you know, make improvements to my AI, but I sort of like this, you know. It's a bit awkward, and unlike most people, awkward situations are my peanut butter and jelly. It's quite a force of rams. Looks like on the battlefield things have settled down. But I do expect the opponent to make another big push. And I don't expect to win this fight. I'm not gonna lie, at the beginning of this match, I thought Turtle Man had it in the bag, because I had been playtesting with him, and he seemed to be doing well. But he can't figure out that you shouldn't send your archers to go die. Here comes a petard. Can the crossbowman shoot him down before he explodes? Nope. Dude, that crossbowman just took a straight up petard explosion and survived. Look at all these rams. I mean, this is pretty cool, right? We will get to 60 military units, and we will attack. I believe in you, Turtle Man. Looks like we got housed. Our production was just too much for our carpenters to handle. But we will be unhoused soon enough. Let's not panic. Let's keep it cool. Let's keep it real. Now, this pause in the battle has actually given my AI some breathing room to build up its forces again. We're so close. We are 3 military units away from the attack. And, my AI is not attacking. Oh shit. Something has gone horribly wrong. I don't think this match will ever end. There's obviously a bug in my AI that needs fixing. It's probably gonna happen down here. I really don't know what went wrong. I'm still hoping. Still hoping. Still coping. Well, I'm gonna call it. There is a bug in my AI. It is never going to attack, and therefore it will never have a chance at winning. That's all for today. Thanks, folks.